We are on the way to Easton Mountain. We are heading to the retreat. We got our car packed. We got all of our luggage, our bags, our condoms, our lube, our douches, and all of our hopes, dreams, and expectations. A few weeks ago, I got a letter from an older guy who had, I guess, seen some of the work that we were doing, and he was in his 80s, and he had just come out of the closet, and he had never had sex with a guy. And in his letter, he said something about hoping someday to be fuckable. And we talked about it on my podcast, and I was saying, you know, that's why we're doing this, is so that he realizes that he is fuckable, that it has nothing to do with like him losing weight or him gaining a certain musculature or being a certain age. Like, you are fuckable by your birthright, and that's something that I want all people to know. This workshop has non-porn stars. It is just guys from across the country that applied to be a part of it, and they're, you know, ages 20s up through 74, and none of these men have really been on camera before in any, like, you know, any real sense having sex. We hired a tantric sex coach for this retreat, and he's really kind of like holding the container, holding the space for guys to feel comfortable doing what we're asking them, which is a lot.
Some of us think we're not entitled enough to have a euphoric, delicious sex life because we're too old, or we're too young, or we have this trauma that's embedded in us and cuts us off from possibilities. So by creating these videos and showing the world our process of learning to connect ecstatically with men of all types, we're actually going to inspire many more men to have delicious sex lives rather than placing limits on themselves based on a body type or other categories that we somehow created.
Brad is a, you know, in addition to being a tantric sex coach, he's a really unique human being. And I think a lot of the people that we work with who kind of live in the world that Brad lives in, it's almost like they're on a different planet in like the best way possible.
Let's see, it's a good thing I put in my butt plug for such a serious discussion.
Is it in right now?
Oh yeah, I've got the butt plug in.
And he has this like tremendous wealth of knowledge, and a lot of it just, it can feel very inaccessible to people who don't live in that world. So I think what we try to do is take like the simplest forms of that wisdom and knowledge and try to make it accessible for people.
So I'd like to just invite everybody to take a deep breath.
Each of these guys that's on this shoot is representative of hundreds of thousands of gay men kind of like them out there in the world. And they're kind of like the surrogate in a way, standing there in proxy for all these men out there in the world. And I think I will measure this as a success if people can truly see themselves in the videos that we're creating and feel like they can apply what it is that we have here on this retreat into their lives.
You know, your life and your path leads you down certain roads for a purpose, for a reason. Here I am, almost scared of, I can't say not scared of self per se, but scared of that part of me, and to really put myself in a position that can make me very vulnerable. That's probably my fear here, but I thought, you know what, you have to live, Ty.
I mean, it was kind of like signing a blank check with like, okay, I'm going to be here, intimate, present with people I don't know what they look like, don't know anything about them, we're going to a place we don't know.
In the material that we've gotten and so on, they've really encouraged people to put away the cell phones and that type thing. And that's going to be difficult for me because I kind of live on my cell phone. But yet, on the other hand, it's not going to be difficult because I want to take advantage of anything and everything that I can get. So I know that sounds needy. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. The
fundamental principle of what Tantra is evolution. It's actually about the evolution of each person and the evolution of consciousness on the planet. Seems like a radical idea to talk about before you all take off your clothes and start rubbing cocks. But it's true. Anyone can embrace the concept of Tantra if you begin to notice that inside of yourself something is evolving in every minute.
I've been through a lot over the years, but most recently I have become the leader, or a lot of people call me or refer to me as the high priest of the Temple of the Priapus, which is a group of men that are devoted to cock worship, sex, taking the shame and the guilt out of all of that people have been brought up over the years believing and knowing. I've talked to people that have been suicidal, all because of sex, all because of their desire to have sex with other men. And I want them to know it's okay. So this is my gift to them.
So in this disrobing exercise, I'm going to demonstrate with lovely Brad here. And what you'll do is slowly, from head to toe, with feather-like strokes, stroke his body. And the intention in your hands, which will be easy because we're all just getting to know each other, is exploration. Feel a little warmth. Feel the smoothness. And making your way down the body, you will go all the way down to their feet and toes. With the removal of each article of clothing, add some more gentle, soothing touch to the newly exposed skin. Let out an ah sound. Great job, you guys. We're naked. We're naked.
The first couple of scenes, like when you just arrive here and you're meeting all these people, that was hard. That was just like jumping into it, and you know, like we all knew what we were getting into. It's not like no one told us.
When we go into prolonged states of cathartic, erotic ecstasy, we're actually able to let go of control of our mind, and something magical happens. When the body is flooded with a sensation of complete pleasure, a lot of what we consider to be the pains and stresses and anxieties of our lives are able to dissolve. And if we can put aside those agendas and those fears and our perception of all of our hardships for a full hour and a half or more and completely immerse ourselves in whole body erotic ecstasy, we've done something that I really feel that more than 99% of the people living on the planet have never even bothered to do.
I felt a lot of things, like good, bad things, things that I didn't know that were there. But it was overpowering because of the energy that was running through the place.
I desire to have this kind of connection on a more regular basis, and when sometimes you have to suppress that with others because they're very closed off. I've recognized by holding back so much how much damage that has done to my soul.
We're in a men's retreat center where a lot of men have been for, I think, about 3 decades now, nearly 3 decades. People have been coming here to talk about cock, to worship each other's cocks, to shed layers of skin. There have even been people who were dying that came here. There's been a lot of birthing of visions and dreams in the place we sit. So the invitation is, what skin are you shedding? What burdens are you releasing?
I I haven't really talked to anyone about it. I'm shedding a marriage right now, and I know it's the right thing to be doing because it was not the best for me. But it's the correct thing to be doing right now. And I knew that this weekend just adds to how important of what needs to be going on right now. I'm very grateful. I'm trying to be really open and allowing for what feelings come up and just not pushing it away and not denying it and just going with it.
I just want to share that this week was a very difficult week for me to come on. As I've said before, back in 1998 to 2003, I did do videos when I was younger. And I went to the gym. And I had a leaner body. And I had a younger face. And then those days passed. And I got older. And on the outside I got uglier, I thought. I'm glad I signed a contract to be here. Because 5 days ago, I looked at my husband and I said, I'm too ugly to go. He looked at me and he said, you didn't get chosen because of the outside look. He said, Davey doesn't know what you look like on the outside other than 2 pictures that you sent him. He asked you to be there for your inside. I said, okay, I'll go. But I'm here. I thank you for loving me, for who I am.
Most of these time in here, I feel like I've been at the edge of like crying all the time, but it's not a bad thing, you know? Like I feel like I always have these kind of block my throat, like just like all these feelings that are trapped, and I feel like I've been able to liberate a lot of them. So yes, I feel like I'm able to open up more, and you know, crying is not necessarily a bad thing.
We're going to be creating a video this evening that is about how to really make great use of a willing lover.
There's going to be a different person in each bunk bed, and Jeff is going to crawl in and whisper in their ear, what do you want? What is it that you desire? What do you want me to do? And then that person will share it, and you'll be doing whatever that thing is.
Let's all take a deep breath and exhale with a yum. Yum.
So we had 2 pissers, rope tying, and flogging. Like we had flogging.
Yep.
A little bit of choking. Massage.
I was getting a little nervous, a little scared, just watching Jeff get into that role. And just, I don't even know if it was a role. I think I could tell that authenticity was there, manifested in the present. And it was just so raw and intense. I had to be fully present in that moment.
This is what they asked for. I'm going to make sure that they're safe and to hold that really high aggressive state with love.
Afterwards, I felt a little bit psychologically drained. I had to take some time to do the woosah.
Fucking hell. Wow. Oh my goodness. How was that for you, Matthew?
I can't speak.
Discovery and awakening and evolution of ourselves and the world is fueled by our curiosity and by our play. Curiosity and play are two of the most important aspects of a tantric experience. Tantra is about finding the source of creative energy that rises out of this beautiful container that is your body.
Been a great learning experience for me. Of course, you're doing these scenes, or you have to be, really intimate. And for someone who's never done this, and it's really taken me out of my shell, And I use that word vulnerability a lot. So, and that's what I've had to be. And I'm hoping people that see this will understand where it's coming from and place where it's coming from.
Think about it, like throughout your life, you make friends, you have all these experiences, you go to places. And I feel like that's what has happened here. Even though it's just been a couple of days, I feel like I've lived a lot of experiences through these couple of days. In a couple more hours, we're all gonna go back home, back to reality. And I feel like what I'm gonna take with me is, I think I'm a better person. Like, I'm more open, I'm happier, and I think that hopefully that will translate into everything else in my life with everyone that I have connections with.
When we leave, we're leaving here, and this experience is finished, but we will carry these experiences within us, and it's going to be very important for me to really keep and reflect on those experiences and to evolve from them.
This has been a really good reminder of what I'm here for, what my purpose is. This type of work and sharing it with others is needed, and I felt like I wasn't able to do that. And this is just a really good reminder that what I've been put in this world to do.
Dare to dream big when you're fucking. Dare to dream big about the life that we really envision. Dare to feel in our heart that it already exists. Even before we can look around in the news and the media and say that it is, we can create it in this room, and at least it can ripple out from here if we have a good start.
Years ago, I remember reading something about your dharma or your purpose in life, and it said, like, your dharma is doing what you love, driven by your passion in a way that helps other people. And what I love is connecting gay sex and joy, and I feel like that's what we've done for the last 5 days. And so for me, like, being here, witnessing what you guys have done, like, this is for me, this is my dharma, this is my purpose. And watching you guys come out of your shell,
watching the light that you guys have in you shine brighter and brighter each day. When you do that, it gives other people permission to do the same. And I know that's true because that's what it's done for me, being here. So I guess what I've learned, or what I've relearned, is that this is so needed. This, what we have here, is so needed in the world. And I'm really thankful to be a part of it, to all of you.
Go, you fuck us up, man.